Liandre Got Tejus. Liandre Got Tejus. Liandre Got Tejus.
How many times must I say that for you to understand? Yeah.
Put me in the game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in the game, Coach Smook.
Yeah. How y'all feeling today? Listen, y'all got to give me a second, man. Y'all see me trying to get in here and get set up for y'all. Let me make sure my camera angles and stuff right. What's going on with my camera? Hold on. This is ugly. Hold on. Let me fix it, y'all. Let me fix it. Let me get straight. Y'all, I just had a good conversation with my bro, man. Some crazy stuff about to happen, and I don't want y'all to be misinformed. So, yeah. Some stuff is about to happen. Let me get the music back on, man. We had to chill out with the music. Make sure we get the camera. Does it still look weird, y'all? It looks weird to me. Hold on. What we doing? My green screen off. I ain't been here in a few days. That's what happened when you working from a different location. You start adjusting. We actually in a transition right now. We getting some things set up for our next location. But yeah, hold on, y'all. Let me make sure I get this up. Make sure we get the we get the phone lines up. We got everything ready. I hope y'all ready for this live stream, man. Hopefully y'all are here to have some good conversation. For all my fake insiders pulling up thinking that they want to give me some information, save it. I'm sorry. I don't have the patience for you today. You will be put in timeout. I don't need none of your message board findings or nothing like that. We good over here. I promise you. We are good without your message board findings, okay? Bama Online could definitely use you, though. They will definitely love for you to talk to them about the stuff that you're paying for to use their information. So keep that over there, because I saw some things, y'all, and I seen the I went back and watched the live y'all told me about the other day on the other channel, right? And yeah, I only watched I can't watch more than 30 seconds, like 30 consecutive seconds of it without trying to skip through. It is so cringe. Oh my God. Cringe. When I say watching it, it's like, ugh. But I tried to figure out, and I saw old AJ say what he said. But y'all brought that in here based off an opinion. He didn't have no solid sources. No solid sources. I'm gonna say that. And but I'm gonna say this. He did say something that I think everybody looked over, and that was the fact that Ryan Grubb name was in the mix. Like there's realistic talks of Ryan Grubb name being in the mix, and we're going to talk about that today. I got some more information last night, and I was going to wait till Monday because I'm hearing that we should have an announcement before the weekend is out, early Monday morning or before the weekend is out. With this Arctic storm coming through, it's a lot of stuff that's on put on hold. Because I honestly thought we were going to have us a solid update today, but of course you all know that it don't stop business from happening, but as far as people moving around to get the information, it slows it down a little bit. So I'm gonna give y'all what I got. And then we're gonna talk about it. So before we get into it though, if you're not a member of the AAA family, we're gonna do our roll call after this infomercial. Then we're gonna get into the show, man. But if you're not a member of the AAA family, you're missing out. I'm telling you. This was almost a members only live. So for everybody that dropped them likes on both sides, on all the platforms, well, on YouTube earlier for our check-in live, thank y'all for supporting and helping this information get out to more viewers. Shout out to the 105 on Twitter, the 66 on YouTube, and the 1 on Twitch. We're not live on Instagram today. We went live on Twitch just to see how things go. We got a live viewer on Twitch. So we got Bama fans on Twitch too, y'all. Got Bama college football fans, college sports fans, people that just want good coverage and good entertainment for sports content. They tapping in on the Coach Smook Network. So if you're not a member of the AAA family, this is how you become one here on the YouTube channel. Just take an opportunity to support, man. That's all it is an extra form of support for the Coach Smook Network. Check it out. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today.
Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. And each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. If you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel.
Keep me off the ball.
You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips? The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
It's not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just still sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yes, sir. Let's get into this conversation today, man. I hope y'all ready. I'm ready. I know y'all ready. Let's talk about it, man. Everybody's been asking. What's going on with Ryan Grubb? What's up? You made this call. You told us he was going to get fired. You told us that Alabama was going to target him. You never told us if he was actually coming. Well, I'm going to tell you today. I still don't know 100% sure. I'm still about 85, 90% sure. But there was a conversation that was came across my eyes that made me look a little bit to the left of this of this Ryan Grubb situation. And I'm gonna say look to the left of it because it's not something that's going to deter my thoughts on what's coming to Alabama, right? What's coming to Alabama? There is another offensive coach coming to this staff. But is it a Ryan Grubb, Scott Huff deal, or is it one or the other? Talk about it. Well, a lot of you all may disagree, but Kalen DeBoer and Nick Sheridan, the play calling situation, believe it or not, there were no discrepancies or banters from coach or dissatisfaction from Kalen DeBoer's standpoint as far as a head coach who wants to assign his play calling duties to an offensive coordinator. Right? That there's record that is behind this, his support. And you can say it's media propaganda, you can say it's PR, whatever. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, this move may shock a lot of us because it would make sense to me. It will make sense to me. But it might shock a lot of people. Okay. So before we get into it, let me do a roll call, man. I ain't gonna forget to say what's up to everybody. Thad popping in with the eyeballs, trying to see what's going on. What's up, Thad? My bro, graphic design manager. What's up, Kimberly? I'll be seeing you over there on KB chat. Zach, what's good? Jordan, my brother. Joseph over here on the side. Novesh with no wristband. Where you been at, Novesh? Coming in all late, asking what's up. Shawnee, what's good, sis? How you living today? How you living today? Is it cold down there in Texas like it is up here in Bama? I ain't trying to be out in that cold weather. Amanda, my sister. Yes, appreciate you for pulling up on the Instagram side. Like I said, y'all, if y'all haven't been in the Instagram on the Instagram page, y'all are missing out. Shout out to the 92 viewers in the chat. We only got 27 likes. Let's get up to 50 likes before we even start the conversation. It's gonna be small talk till we get up to 50 likes. 50 likes on the stream, and then we're gonna have the conversation. I think we do enough work to get 50 likes. Likes are free. Subscription is free. Joining the team, that costs a little $2.99, you know, $3.14 with tax, or was it $3.27 with taxes? That. So I think y'all can help your boy out with some free likes, man, some free shares too. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet, because half y'all on Twitter be the ones rubbernecking in my inbox asking what's up. But when folks be coming at me after I'm right, y'all ain't even got my back. So I ain't rock. You know what? I'm discontinuing my relationship with my Twitter people until they start stepping up. Y'all go to bat for them other inaccurate mother. I got the beat button. Don't make me use it. Y'all go to bat for them trash inaccurate. You know what I'm saying? There's some Bama content out there that's pure D garbage, and y'all be supporting it and trying to support that mess. Y'all got real reliable stuff over here, authentic information. Y'all better drop a like. I'm gonna use the cuss button a lot today. So we need 15 more likes before we had a conversation. 15 more likes before we had a conversation on YouTube. Let me see. Let me get 5 retweets on Twitter. 5 retweets, and I ain't talking about from my YouTube audience. I'm talking about from the 123 people over on Twitter watching right now. And then Twitch, you just stay put right where you at. All 2 of y'all. I appreciate y'all for just pulling up. Yeah. Zay, I'm gonna put Zay in timeout. I don't even want to see your comment, Zay. You ain't even got a wristband. You can't come. Listen, Zay, one thing you can't do in the AAA community or on Coach Smook Network channel is come in making demands and you don't really support the channel, bro. Like, you don't really support the channel. And you got fair weather energy. So I'm gonna put you in timeout. Just so you can remember where you at. What's up, Derek? What's up, Rico? What's up, Rod? BT Sports Network in the building. Michael Smith, what's good, my guy? Oh, that's Mike. What's up, Mike? DJ Smitty in the building. What's up, Mike? How you feeling today? Next King, listen. Hey, Next King, I want to put you in timeout today too. I'm not gonna lie, I got like a personal vendetta against you because you got some fair weather vibes too, man. I got a personal vendetta against you. Your fair weatherness, man. I don't know what it is, man. Maybe if I meet you in person, it's gonna feel different. But you got everything you type in my chat get me fair weather vibes, man. 329 after taxes. Y'all see what my boy Thad said? 329. You over it? That weather cold out there. Dylan, what's good, my boy? Dylan, what's up, my boy? What's going on? I got some action for y'all. We just waiting to get the 50 likes. We just hit it. Shout out to Mary J showing her love for being a AAA member. We've been active for 8 months, y'all. May will be a whole year that we've been active as a network. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy. What's up, big homie 334 in the building? What's good? Big homie, we gotta link up this weekend, bro. My guy, look, my guy, big homie, man. We gotta get out here and feed these homeless folks in Montgomery, man. Shout out to Jordan Wright, member for 8 months, showing this crazy love, man, showing this crazy support for the network. Big Bama, what's up, Big Bama? Is that my brother, Big Bama from Twitter? Appreciate you for pulling up, man. You scared, lady? What you scared for? There's nothing to be scared of. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, man. If Grubb doesn't come to Bama, it's not a bad thing for us. I'm telling you, there is another staff member. There's another offensive staff member that will be added to this staff, and it's to really allow Nick Sheridan. Some of y'all doubt him. I've always been a fan of his growth this season. I've been a fan of his play calling, not necessarily the consistency of it, but it's been more situations where he's had the right play call than he hasn't. Right? It's just been a lack of execution. Bama Fan 95 said, Grubb is not coming. Y'all see, these are the type of people I be talking about. Who told you Grubb ain't coming? Who told you Grubb ain't coming so I could shut you up too? Nah, you know what? That's the trick. It's mind control. He want me to tell him, and he ain't even got a wristband. So put him in timeout. We ruthless today, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm cold-blooded, cold-hearted today because I get tired. I seen it happening on Twitter all weekend. Ever since we made the statement and showed everybody that we have been talking about Grubb getting fired and him being a serious target for Alabama. Ever since we started talking about, I've seen nothing but people try to like force me to give them information. When literally all you got to do is rock with your boy's content. That's it. All you got to do is really rock with your boy content. You're not special by just asking and being my Twitter follower and having access to inbox me. You're not special. I'm not special. I have to go and put in legwork to get this energy, get this energy to y'all, get this information to y'all. And like, I got people, man, it's people in the chat that literally like, they appreciate this stuff. I didn't think it was this serious. They appreciate it. They support for real on another level. So when they call and ask for information, of course, but some of y'all that be like, and then some of y'all be, I see. Let me turn the music off. Make sure y'all hear. Some of y'all be in them group texts speaking on my name. I get a lot of screenshots. Watch who your friends are. And to my moles, thank you. Check your group chats today. It might get ugly next week if y'all keep messing with it. I'm just playing. I ain't gonna do that. We got bigger missions. We got bigger things to go. We got bigger prizes that we're reaching for. So I appreciate y'all for being here today. Again, let's get into this conversation. Bama, do we got action? Ryan Grubb. Let's talk some factuals right now. The facts are Ryan Grubb is fired. He is available to be contacted. His agents, his representation have been in consistent talks with multiple universities. But there's only been one confirmation and form of contact being made between someone that's actually close and connected with Ryan Grubb that would affect his decision-making, right? That will know his decision-making, and the University of Alabama staff, athletic director, head coach, Kalen DeBoer, and some of your other staff members that have been in consistent contact with Ryan Grubb, his family. And there's a real trajectory that we can have an announcement by Monday what the situation is with Ryan Grubb. As you all see, it's usually in these situations, because like I said this at the beginning, I don't think Kalen DeBoer and the staff are really pressed to go and get an offensive coordinator, a new play caller. I think Kalen DeBoer has the utmost confidence in Nick Sheridan. Some of you fans out there, some of you couch coaches out there, you would never understand. You're so stuck in the early 2000s and pre-2015 way of football. A lot of the analysts and panelists and fanalists on these panels are so stuck in 2017 and before, they don't even realize that Saban's way is so outdated. Look at Kirby, look at Clemson, look at everybody that's modeling their style of play on the field, their play calling, the way they're going to recruit. Look at what's happening to their programs. They are no longer the dominant programs. When you have Notre Dame going into a playoff game against the University of Georgia, physicality, you, right? The self-proclaimed dogs, right? They the dogs. They handle the trenches. Georgia has always been respected for what they do in the trenches. And you allow Notre Dame to go in and just manhandle you. Not necessarily just from a physicality standpoint, but you're out-coached, Kirby Smart, because you refuse to just not rely on your defense and actually utilize, bro. Kirby Smart has what? I think four receivers that were top 10 from their recruiting class on their roster, and they can't find a way to they can't get anything better than Mike Bobo. Is going to call a safe offensive game plan to allow you to rely on what you are confident in is your defense. Not when your defensive scheme and your schematics of your defense are 10 years behind. We saw that all last season with Coach Saban. All last season, Terry Arnold trying to travel across the formation with motions. Safeties not remembering to bump down or create their right amount of cushion, or having too much cushion and they killing us underneath because you're not redirecting the inside. I mean, a number 2 receiver closest to the ball. You're not putting anything in his trap, in his path to redirect him or to redirect the eye and the vision of the quarterback. That system is outplayed because you're not winning 80% of your one-on-one matchups up front. So that's kind of my reason and my backing behind my belief of what's happening with this staff. Now, Ryan Grubb being added to the staff, is it a push? Yes, I will not. I promise you, Ryan Grubb is on multiple radars, not just for an offensive coordinator position. There are talks of him possibly being offered a position at Oregon. There's Washington State in the books. There's Indiana. I think Houston is looking for. It's a lot of teams that are going to target him. He's probably your most valuable OC on the market right now. Coming from the NFL ranks, ending with the type of statistics he ended with, right? A lot of that stunted growth for the Seahawks this season was just a lot of continuity. It wasn't lack of play calling. People going to use this narrative that ESPN is pushing and all these beat writers are pushing, that they couldn't run the ball. Well, they show me a premier back on that roster. I guarantee you, if you go and get them a Leonard Fournette, who is a running back that was in free agency, right? He got signed by the Bills, I believe. You go and get Leonard Fournette and actually give him a load of carries, and those guys that were serviceable during the season, you allow them to be spellbacks. That's a different run game for Ryan Grubb. He was limited. Some of y'all just look at and listen to what media ESPN say, and you run with it. You bring it to my chat and be mad when I shoot it down. Well, that's what it is. They listen to somebody else in the back. They probably don't, half of them don't even watch the games, right? Half of them don't pay attention to what's happening. They're having this stuff written for them. They looking at a screen. They get a summary of what happened and what everything looks like, and that's how they formulate their opinions. That's why you see some of them having to backtrack so much. Coach Smook don't backtrack. We just continue on. Either we're right or we're wrong, right? But I'm gonna tell y'all like this. I'm telling y'all right now. This 4-2-5, the way that we play in space, a lot of defenses are playing that. And that's why you see the Sarkisian style of offense starting to evolve. Even at Texas, you seen a lot of nuances in his offense. Josh Heupel's offense and what is it? Kirby Moore over at Missouri, Kirby Moore and Elijah Jenkwitz, what they're doing in the offensive game plan, still having that run game balance, right? But keeping defensive spread out. It's hard to spread a 4-2-5 out. You got a lot of speed on the field. You got a lot, and that's what creates those mismatches up front. And you have to be able to dial up the run game and hit with the run game, even when you have the quarterback run game. I think Nick Sheridan did a good job of play calling last year, setting up all this bull crap about Jalen Milroe tipping off when he was passing and when he was running. Bull crap. I can show you the 6 plays that you want to show me that he was tipping off, run pass. I can show you 6 more plays where he had the same stance and you couldn't tell what he was going to do. So, kill all the narratives. Ryan Grubb coming to Alabama is a realistic thing. I'm still sitting at 85-90%. There's been confirmation of transactions being made. There's been multiple agency connects, everything that's lining up. And you see other clients, Ryan Grubb and some of the people that his agent represent, they're all in the market right now. It's like 6 or 7 of them in the market right now. And Ryan Grubb is going to be a high commodity after he makes an official announcement of what his plans are. Now, I will contribute this to the weather, everything happening in California, the fires, everything. Everybody thinks that college football just continues, like it's not affected by anything, but the government affects college football regardless if y'all want to know it, or weather, all that stuff. Business is not a pressing issue to fill an unvacant spot. There's no vacancies right now on the Alabama on-field staff, right? There's no vacancies there, which is why I believe there's not press. They're trying to find the most feasible contract negotiations that's not going to shortchange Grubb, that can possibly pull Grubb and Huff, right, onto the staff. Maybe not on field, maybe a year off field assisting, right? Getting acquainted, providing that expertise in this system on the offensive side to the play caller without having to have the full responsibility of learning tendencies and players, but just making adjustments or making suggestions off the analytics and the facts, right? The evaluation standpoints from the coaches, the position coaches. So you bring Grubb back, right? You have that offensive assistant to the head coach. That's what that can be, and he could be in the booth without Sheridan. Put Sheridan on the field, let him talk to his quarterbacks. You give Sheridan play calling and strict quarterback duties with Mitch actually developing, Coach Mitch, the QB coach, actually developing these guys. I think we see a different flow of play calling from the staff. So I'm sitting right at 85-90%. And I'm going to make this bold statement. I told y'all last stream, if y'all got me up to 40 likes, I will make this bold statement. I don't care if I'm wrong either. Tuesday morning, we will know exactly where Ryan Grubb is going to be. He may not make the official announcement of joining Alabama staff, but Tuesday morning, if not late Monday, or it might happen. It might, I say by Tuesday morning. By Tuesday morning, we will know. We will know. The NFL usually does due process with everything. They give it a week. They allow guys to kind of just level out. You look at opportunities, and then most of your writers, they're going to start pushing information out. You got a lot of hold on information right now because of the storms and a lot of just natural things that affect breaking news. You got people that, like one of my mentors explained it to me recently. You know, the difference between what I do and what other what news reporters do is when something happens, I could come live and talk about it. Even if it hasn't happened all the way yet, I could come live and talk about it. But you got to wait till 6 o'clock on ESPN or whatever time to get there. So that's why we're stay intact and we try to create these conversations in these moments for these conversations to be had. We've talked about this previously on this channel. So that's what we're going to keep doing, man. Let me look at this text message real quick, y'all. And I'm not going to read it out loud. Oh, it's not nothing about Grubb. See, leave me alone. You know who you is. Don't text me. You see me live. Your chat getting rid of all the chats today. Your chat getting rid of all the chats today. Now sometimes we just get tired of people whining. You know, we get tired of people trying to be fake insiders, man. That's all it is. That's all he is. And you got this guy, Bama Fan 95. He wants attention so bad. Y'all giving him the right attention. Keep giving him that attention, y'all. Give him that right attention. Fake Bama Fan 95. That's what we're going to call him when he pull back up. Fake Bama Fan 95. That's your new name, bro. That's your new name when you pull up to the Coach Smook Network. Fake Bama Fan 95. We appreciate your support over here on the Coach Smook Network. Now, let's go to another conversation. We talked about Grubb. Now, I told y'all there will be another staff member added to this, added to our staff. There have been some names being thrown around, a few, not necessarily no names, but these are people who have previous experience with Coach Kalen DeBoer, his staff. I think the offensive staff could really benefit just from another head in another brain in the room, right? Not necessarily to help with play calling, but just to alleviate some of your development part as far as communicating what you're trying to see on the field, right? So just be on the lookout for some things, bro. Let's be on the lookout for some things. Where that boy Zay Gaines at? I see your comment down there, little mama. You mad? Don't nobody care about you being mad. Get him out of here, cuz. Please pray for California. Yeah, we've been praying for California, man, for a while. The past week and a half or so, it's been crazy out there. If not Grubb, then who? You get a wristband, I could give you some names, man. If you get a wristband, I'll give you some names. But my bold statement is we will have an announcement about where Grubb will be by Tuesday. Not what his decision is. Not necessarily where he will be, but we will have an announcement about his decision. Is he coming back to college ranks? Is he going to take another opportunity in the NFL ranks? There haven't been a lot of teams high on him in the NFL. You know, the narrative out there is that he can't adjust to the college. He can't adjust to the NFL game. A top 20 ranked offense, top 15 ranked offense, to me is more than adjustment when you're talking about you didn't really have a full off-season prep. Like you came in, you got a new coach, and it's funny to see how people place these like hot seat predictions on coaches like Nick Sheridan. Nick Sheridan led a team that went 10-2 last year to a 9-3 record regular season. You're talking about he didn't have any. I think it was like 33% of the production he brought back offensively, right? Had to find new pieces, had to mesh together a new scheme and design it around a quarterback who didn't fit necessarily the schematic makeup of or the anatomical makeup of what you wanted to run your scheme. His skill set didn't necessarily fit it, but you go in and you're 9-3. A lot of close games. Play calling had to do with winning a lot of those close games, and also play calling and execution had a lot to do with losing those close games. The Oklahoma blowout, we saw our team did execute. That's for you all to try to go and blame Oklahoma loss on Nick Sheridan. Talking about we only got 3 points. How many drops did we have? How many times did Jalen get sacked? Like how many times can we throw the ball to a player, hand the player off, and block the scheme, the run blocking, the running back run game, block it to a T, and our quarterback not take the right lane, right? You can't do that. You can't blame an offensive coordinator for that. Now, if you want to talk about a player's focus and all this stuff, you can talk to the coaches and see what's happening during the week. But I know a lot of y'all don't know. I get a good feel for what's happening in that locker room during the week. And a lot of times those blank spots we hit on Saturdays as Bama football is not a lack of talent. It's not a lack of coaching. That's a lack of focus. And you can teach a player any and everything you want about methods to focus and all that. it ain't gonna never get through if they don't choose to do it themselves. So it's all, to me, it's majority on the players. I'm not blaming anybody. It's up to the players to step up and do what they need to do to win games. How many decades are we going to talk about Miro till that man get drafted? Because they're going to stop disrespecting my guy. Richard, what's good? Appreciate you, man, for stopping through. Hey, but that's that conversation. Be looking out for some names with the with coming up that might be joining this Alabama staff. One name that I am excited about was the former South Alabama assistant. He was actually the quarterback coach at South Alabama. And I'm gonna pull his profile up real quick. I'm gonna pull this up for y'all, this profile. I thought I saved the link. And the funny thing is, if you all know Applewhite, Coach Applewhite, and his ties to the University of Alabama, I remember there was some talk of him coming on last year. And the nuances of his style of play calling actually are kind of similar. Wanting to really attack on the vertical concepts. Also balanced run game, interior run game, extension of the perimeter run game, quick screens. Go look at how South Alabama is trying to run their offense. They don't necessarily have the skills. I mean, the personnel that Alabama does, but I could see his style of play calling meshing with what Kalen DeBoer is trying to do. Now, didn't Paul Petrino just get hired for somebody else's? I think Ole Miss just hired Paul Petrino, if I'm not mistaken. Paul Petrino was on that Kane Womack staff when we were hiring that staff. But I want y'all to talk about it's a young man. It's a young man on the South Alabama staff right now. Eric Ponyo, right? He's a special teams specialist, but quality control analyst and special teams. That's what his position is at the University of South Alabama. But if you look at his history, he's another guy that develops tight ends. He develops offensive linemen. He develops running backs. Like, he's a developer, a talent developer. He just has extensive history with development, right? And if we don't go for the marquee name, Ryan Grubb, Scott Huff, I could see a coach like this being added to our staff, right? Eric Ponyo. Then you go and look at Washington State staff who they're targeting. The University of Washington, they're targeting Ryan Grubb to bring him back on that staff. You go and look at their staff. If they bring Ryan Grubb back, who comes off of their staff that Kalen DeBoer might have some familiarity with, right? Just look around. We do research for real. And then once we start seeing stuff that could make sense, we start asking questions to the right people. So y'all can continue to follow that journey with me as we figure out what's happening at the University of Alabama and the staff, the additions, the moves, everything that's happening. Right now, I'm gonna tell you right now though, the feels around the program right now is that there is no need to make any more adjustments. There's no need to make any more adjustments. Ryan Grubb. Ryan Grubbs. I said Ryan Grubb. Ryan Grubbs is your primary target as far as getting this staff together. And like I don't think we need him. I think another year of Nick Sheridan play calling and assessing that is more than fair. And I think we'll be in way better position next year than we were this year, with some continuity, with some experience in the system. But you got to sit back and really think, man, if Ryan Grubb came here, what type of on-field development will we benefit from at the University of Alabama for our football program? So I like that. I'm gonna open the phone lines real quick. I'm gonna open the phone lines before we start talking about everything else. And as we get ready to talk about everything else, Alabama, we're talking about let me change the music up. That beat make me want to rap. I have to fire somebody up. You know what I'm saying? There you go. Let's get this Rico beat going. Shout out to my brother Rico. Before we open the phone lines, we got some more topics to discuss today, because like I said, we're trying to keep our show to an hour and a half or less now. Like, that's what our show is going to be. We've been getting great clips. I hope y'all been seeing the clips. Hope y'all been supporting the content, because it's really been vibey out here on the Coach Smook Network. But we got did my light go off? My light just cut off on y'all. It's actually not a bad view. What y'all think? Camera view. What y'all think? We can do without the ring light now, huh? I'm rocking with it. All right. But Bama women's basketball, man, took a tough L last night. Lordy have mercy, Jesus. Oh, my girls. Praying for my ladies. But that Texas team is an experienced Texas team. They've been together I think their core has been together for 3 years now. They went out in the portal, got a couple, like 2 key pieces for Texas, the Texas women's basketball team. And they just started off fast at home last night. I mean, our women took a lashing. But they didn't quit. They played hard throughout the game. One thing I did say, the one thing I'm going to continue to hark on with this team, man, is that the simple fact, the energy, man, the energy is there. No heads hung down from a deficit. It was a lot of back and forth early in the game, but then it just, towards the end of the game, but at the beginning of the game, it was like Texas just could not miss. Texas could not miss. I think they started the game off 7 of 9, or 7 of 8, something like that. Let me pull the box score up. And every offensive weapon we had last night for Alabama just kind of struggled. There was an off-shooter night. Aaliyah Nye only had 5 points. Carly Weathers only had 7 points. I mean, and she's not usually our leading scorer. She actually was the leading scorer last night. Leading scorer. Zay Green only had 5 points. Zay Green was averaging 20 going into this game, I believe. 18.7. She's been our primary scorer for this year's squad. And then you look at the bench, man. Let me pull this up. Let me share a screen with y'all so y'all can see how rough of a night our ladies had. And it's going to happen. It's the game of basketball. It's all about runs in the game of basketball. And our ladies, they could not create a solid run last night. Texas full court press is serious. The full court pressure is serious. They're active. A lot. You see the 9 turnovers by Zay Green, right? I don't know if y'all can see it. Let me get out y'all way right here. Let me see. I'm gonna go on this side. Y'all see the 9 turnovers by Zay Green. That's not like her. But y'all remember me saying that about the team against Florida. We had a lot of turnovers. It's just Florida wasn't able to capitalize. And we had a better shooting night against Florida too. But you see that 20 total turnovers, man. That is not what we want to be doing. Baby E, y'all, came in, no turnover. Well, she had 1 turnover this game. She had her little 5-piece. Got active on the boards, was 3 of 6 from the free throw line. I know she beating herself up, going 50% from the free throw line. Diana Collins, like a lot of your role players, they were still doing their role. It's just our primary scorers couldn't get off. Aaliyah Nye, 2 of 11 from the field, 1 of 8 from 3, 1 of 4 from Zay Green. Just our 3-point percentage wasn't there. 17% from 3-point. That's not good. We can't win against good teams like Texas when we play like that. So I guarantee you, Coach Curry is going to the drawing board. And I got a good feeling. If I had to have an opinion on how Alabama women's hoops was to operate, what their mode of play would be, their identity would be offensively, I think it's the tempo game. I think the half court sets are there when you have to get forced into them. But the tempo game with our ladies, the amount of shooters we have, the hustle players, the scrappy do it all wing bodies that we have, I think we try to force the up tempo, until it's stopped. A lot of man, we got 4 players right now. Ashley's hurt, but we got 4 players right now that can attack the rim effectively. In Aaliyah, but Zay Green is more of your attacker off the dribble. You got Diana Collins, who's very sneaky. You got Jessica Timmons, when she comes back, attacks off the dribble very well. And then you got what's the young lady's name? Sarah Ashley Barker. She creates her shot. She's probably the best off the dribble scorer, that we have on the team. And then you get an opportunity when you're attacking the basket, you're getting shots up on an up tempo rate. You get players like Gianna Cunningham and Carly Weathers and Essence Cody. You give them an opportunity to be active because they're the ones cleaning up your boards and getting the strong kickouts, the strong putbacks. Those are the ones that are able to do that when you got tempo. They can't keep a body on them, and you're always moving. The defense is always moving, trying to find the ball. Can't keep a body on some of your reliable rebounders and scores. So, or secondary scores. So I look for them to continue to improve, man. That was a tough game. Chloe and Eris, I'm telling you, those two, they're going to bring energy every time they're on the floor. I feel like Ayers Lester has the green light. I said this last game. I feel like she has the green light to go out there and be assertive on the offensive end because of her dedication to the defense. I look for those two, Chloe and Ayers Lester, to get a larger role going into more conference play. The way that they were composed finishing out the game last night, you can't help but want to see what they do in like some meaningful action. Chloe didn't make the double-digit minute mark, but she was right there on the edge of it, And Ayers Lester being that true freshman impact that she can bring, if she gets hot, 17 minutes with her could turn into 12 points quick because she is that assertive and that effective on the offensive end as a true freshman. So, yeah. As a true freshman, she's very effective. So, that's what we send at with that. What we send at with the likes. We had 72 likes, 97 in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Let's get 3 more likes and get up to the 70. I thank y'all for getting us past the 50 like mark. And we got more. We got more. Rubberneckers finally popping their head out. So there goes our women's basketball. Man, if y'all not supporting Lady Hoops, y'all tripping. I'm telling you right now. I watched the men play A&M the other night. And I didn't watch the whole game. I watched them play A&M the other night. And I don't get the same hype, man, as I do with the women's team, man. The men's team, they good. I like watching them, but I get hyped watching the women's game because they really just go out there and dog it, man. It's like, and you could tell the confidence is coming there. Last night was just that one-off. We're not gonna be hard on them. Texas is a good team. Let me pull up the Bama men's score from last night, man. Or was that 2 nights ago? When did the Bama men's play? That was 2 nights ago, y'all. And then as we get closer to bracket the March Madness, y'all gonna see me collabing with a lot of creators that cover a lot of teams that are gonna be in the mix for some tournament seeding, right? A lot of teams. So the other night we played Texas and South Carolina. I'm sorry, we got A&M coming up tomorrow night. But the other night we played South Carolina. And if y'all watch that game, man, we never looked like we were, to me, we never looked like we were pressured, right? And you saw in the second half, we had a lot of young guys out on the floor playing a lot of heavy minutes. So of course our offense has slowed down, but we were still able to outscore South Carolina in the second half. The first half defensive presence, though, was very relevant. The first half defensive presence, and I got to continue to contribute it to having those pieces in the paint that we have. I got to contribute it to that. I look at the transfer from what it was, Rutgers. I look at his effectiveness, Big Cliff. I look at his effectiveness in the paint, man. Just a consistent presence in the paint when it comes to understanding what he's doing on the defensive end, and then his hustle. And his just IQ on the offensive end allows him to be effective on the offensive side. We didn't talk about this the other day. Shout out to Brett Sully coming in, B Sully coming in with the $4.99 super chat. Let me get you added to this banner before we talk about this man's basketball. Then I'm gonna open the phone lines for the last hour of the stream. Y'all on it. Want to become a co-sponsor on the stream? Where's that banner at? I gotta create one. I just deleted it. Sully. All right, I got you. And some of y'all are asking, how do you become a co-sponsor on the stream? Well, all you gotta do is either super chat, a green super chat, gift 5 memberships, or do direct donations. We got direct donation links in the chat, Cash App, Venmo, and PayPal. If you want to support that way, it's not a must, but it's definitely appreciated. Side note, we are trying to do some Feed the Homeless, a random Feed the Homeless event this weekend. Regardless if y'all contribute or not, that's happening. I don't care if we can only feed 4 people. I'm going to do what I feel on my heart is to do on behalf of this network, and that's give back to the community. And I'm telling you, Montgomery is not a foreign place to Coach Smook Network anymore. Coach Smook and the Coach Smook Network is being noticed, so it would only be right to start impacting on a different level. So that's what we're doing here at the Coach Smook Network. If y'all want to contribute that, definitely definitely contribute to that. We scored 88 points and didn't shoot free throws well. And that's the thing, man. You saw in the second half, we look at the free throw percentage. I look at it from the second half. You had 14 out of your 20 free throws taken in the second half. Second half was a lot of young guys who haven't been getting heavy minutes up until this point. Your starters, you only had one starter play over 25 minutes, which was Mark Sears. And he was more so in his facilitation bag that last game. Yes, he had 22 points, but he was more so of your facilitator for this game. He actually, let me look. I think he led in assists. Yeah, Mark Sears was showcasing NBA level point guard skill sets against South Carolina the other night. But we did control that whole game from the start. And I think Nate Oates is understanding, like this year, he has a lot of young talent. So we're going to see anytime our team can jump out and get a good cushion, our young guys are going to get in, and those games will start to look shaky. They will start as they continue to grow. And I look for that to happen, especially when, like I said, when we get those cushions. It's smart for us to go into that mode and get these young guys out there and put them in pressure situations. You know, keeping a lead is not as hard as, not as easy as everybody think it is. It's actually more pressure to keep a lead than it is to gain one, right? You kind of play with a little bit more tensions, right? Attentiveness to what you're doing. You're not just playing and flowing. You're being a little bit more attentive. Aiden Sherrill is somebody I'm really excited about. Hopefully we can have a strong return for this team next year. Sherrill and Darian Reed, we need them to come back next year. LeBaron Phelan, just continuing to just grow. Get him back for another year. You got a big three right there at Bama coming into next season. But final score, Alabama 88, South Carolina 68. I think you leave your starters in regular, like you keep that rotation regular. They bust the score board this game against South Carolina. That's what I believe. So that's kind of your talk. We got a game tonight, don't we? In college football playoff game tonight. We're gonna, after the phone call segment, because I want to keep the conversation open for some of your reactions and everything to college football. It's an open phone call segment. Talk to me. Tell me what you want to talk about. Call in 334-625-1121. The phone line is open. Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it here on the Coach Smook Network. Thank y'all for being here. Let's get into this calling segment. Let's go, baby. You're talking about Jalen Milroe and the Pips?
The perfect weak side linebacker, right? Put him next to the mic.
I'm not going to take up a lot of time, but I want to say that I'm excited about what.
Okay, forgive me, my brother. What's on your mind?
Oh, I'm good. I'm just feeling sorry for all the other content creators now that we have this mega star back in our presence.
Yo, we're back here on the Coach Smook call-in show, man. And we already got our first call on the line, man. Y'all know who it is. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Zach Willie. Zach Willie, what's up, man? You in the game? Talk to me, my brother.
Oh yeah. What's going on, everybody?
How you feeling today, Zach?
I'm doing good. Just trying to stay warm and in this snowy, freezing cold weather.
For sure, man. Listen, I woke up this morning, and if y'all been watching me on Instagram, y'all been watching the socials. Princess didn't want to go outside this morning and eat her food, and it takes a lot to keep Princess from her food. So yeah, y'all stay warm out there. This Arctic storm is serious. A lot of people are downplaying it, or they're enjoying it, right? But
right.
I think it's a lot of people like really dreading this cold weather like me. So Zach, talk to me, man. I'm sitting here checking my phone now, man, and I know when I feel stuff, I know stuff is about to happen, and I got to learn my own lesson and stop second guessing these intuitive feelings. Intuitive feelings, because my intuition has led me to be in the right spot a lot of times. And I got a feeling, right, man. I got a feeling that, like I said, before this weekend is out, maybe by Friday, man. I really don't want to push it and say by the end of today, but I think we are going to have an official announcement on what's the status with Ryan Grubb before Tuesday morning.
Right. And if Ryan Grubb comes, that's great. If he don't, that's fine too, because I believe Nick Sheridan did a good enough job with the play calling as it was this season. The problem was on game day, especially the second half of the season, Milroe and the offense wasn't always clicking. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't execute like they were supposed to execute. And Milroe tried to make a lot of plays on his own and kind of divert from what the original play call was, and it hurt us instead of helping us. You know, because he might have been able to get away with it early on in the season when people didn't have a lot of footage on what we was doing, but later on in the season, you started to see it take its toll on us as a whole, because we had a lot of incomplete drives to where we could have gotten points, whether it was 3 points or a touchdown, you know, and it just dissolved because we didn't follow the game plan, you know.
100%, man. And I, like I said, I've never had a problem with Nick Sheridan's play calling. I've never had a like, to me, people that complain about his play calling, you don't, I don't know how to say it. You don't know football. You don't know football.
Right.
I literally, and I'm gonna keep telling this story until that gentleman check in on my live, because he says he watches me, right? At Baumhouse, he said he watched my show. I have never known an offensive coordinator, a successful offensive coordinator, that will see 8 in the box, 9 in the overhang, right? And then run the ball against that. Like, you're not Army, you're not Navy, you're at the University of Alabama, and you have an opportunity to display your skill sets, your assets against the other teams. You're at the University of Alabama, you're going to have to take a chance and exploit those opportunities.
Right. And like, from, I guess, in the moment, I agreed with him, but after the fact, and after, you know, from an emotional standpoint, after that was over with, I went back and looked at it from, you know, a coach's standpoint, and I seen the 9 in the box and understood, okay, that's why we passed instead of run the ball in that situation.
Right. And it's a lot of times where you saw the run game, the run play called, RPO, whatever you want to call it. You saw the run design called, and like you said earlier, Zach, Miro just got to be able to understand what's asked of him. And I've always taught my quarterbacks, I don't care, man. I'd rather my quarterback hand that thing off if he ain't sure than to keep it and create negative plays for us. I'll take a negative play from my running back into my offensive line group, because you expect, you know, maybe a miss here and there, but my quarterback literally has the key. He has the key. He's the one that sets the play in motion. And if he's struggling reading that, I will gig Nick Sheridan on that. Take away the option for him to keep it. Tell him to hand the ball off. But you don't want to do that, because then you kill a athletic quarterback's confidence. Everybody talk about how his legs were the most important part of him getting started, as far as being able to pass the ball, being able to get. You have to utilize his legs, and I think that's what they try to give him, the freedom and space to learn and do. Like you said, first 4 weeks you come out, you can surprise a lot of teams because you don't have any film on what Coach Kalen DeBoer wants to do at Alabama. You can look at what he did at Washington. You can look at what he did at Indiana and Fresno. But you can't really say what he's going to do with Jalen Milroe and this Alabama offense, right? Same thing with Nick Sheridan. You can't even look back and see where Nick Sheridan had anything close to this style of athlete at the quarterback position, let alone the caliber of receivers that he had available this season. So it's a whole different ball game. And to be in the position that we were to end the season, Ryan Grubb coming back, yes, it would help. I think it would help tremendously on the developmental standpoint. also from a communication standpoint, and just experience with his play calling at multiple levels now with Kalen DeBoer.
Right.
But I still think
Right.
with whatever play caller, you're still going to have a learning curve because now you're dealing with a whole new quarterback. You know, Ty Simpson. You bring Grubb in, Ty Simpson might not. If Grubb becomes your play caller, Ty Simpson may not interpret or see things the way Ryan Grubb is seeing it. He used to seeing it how Nick Sheridan taught him. So we got to factor in all those things when we talk about adding these staff members and all that. A lot of you fans want Ty Simpson. Don't let Ryan Grubb come in because then you just lessen your chance of seeing him.
Right.
But I do really feel like Ryan Grubb is coming. I really do. I think this is an initiative for the staff. And just by some of the confirmations, not just from Alabama personnel, we're talking about, you know, I have a Washington State connect that I just, you know, we casually talk about it. And, you know, the media is telling us that there's some serious interest from Washington State in Grubb, but he hasn't heard anything, and he actually covers the team. You know, he actually talks to, you get what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think what I put out weeks ago is still happening. That's why you don't see a straight up ambush to make it happen. I think it was already in the works around the time I started talking about it. Right. I just feel like that's the feels I got, and that's what I'm gonna rock with.
Right. And like I said, would it be great to have Ryan Grubb come to Alabama? Yes, it would be a huge benefit because it would put Nick Sheridan back into his natural coaching position, and it would help build his confidence back up. You know, because his confidence took a hit this season. You know, to a little bit of an extent because of the fan base. You know, and how hard they was on everybody. I'm sure even Kalen DeBoer's confidence took a hit a little bit. You know, but at the same time, they've been in this scenario before to where they can overcome and adjust and make things happen and for the benefit of the program as a whole.
Facts, Zach. And I think we need to really pay attention. I posted a link to a video I made when Kalen DeBoer first got hired last year. And I saw some of the things happening with the staff, how they were putting the staff together. And I related it to, you know, how closely of a model this was to not necessarily how Nick Saban did it, meaning, you know, exactly what he did, but the structure of the model. If we're basing the way he's assembling this staff based off the structure and the model that Coach Saban did, this makes sense to let Colin Hitchler go. You got 3 specialists on that side of the ball. You're talking about your defensive back coach in Mo Linquist. You got a play caller and previous head coach in Kane Womack on that side. And then you got your recruiting expert in Freddie Roach. And then you surround those guys, you give them Christian Robinson, a guy that's younger and still intact with the new wave of college football, the new nuances of the defense and what you need to see from your outside linebacker room. You got Chuck Morrell that got moved over, who has experience with Coach Kalen DeBoer, and can kind of assist Kane Womack in style of play calling with what to do to support the offensive style of play calling, right? Then you get Coach Jones to assist in the secondary. Coach Mo is used to handling safeties and corners. He wants to have traveling DBs, meaning guys that could play multiple positions in the secondary. You look at how we recruited this past offseason. Guys are going to play multiple positions: rover, boundary, ISO, husky, top, 2 high free, 1 high free. Like, there are different assignments for each of those, and you're telling me you're gonna have 9 to 11 guys in our secondary that understand each position. That's going to make the defense a lot better. And you got to have that same type of feel on the offensive side. So that's why I say it only makes sense to go and get Grubb. Somebody asked in the chat earlier, all those heads in the offensive play call. It's not necessarily play calling, because once the game starts, it's not necessarily everybody talking at the same time. Only 2 or 3 people are going to have access to actually talk over the headset during the game. And those 2-3
Right.
people are talking and making decisions based off what they've been fed the whole week as far as analytics. Your quality control guys are so important when it comes to your script development. That first script in the game will set you on a real nice trajectory or have you on a trajectory of seeing how fast you can make adjustments to rebound. And usually in those games, you're not in a good position to win. Final thoughts, Zach, on well, not final thoughts. What else you want to talk about, man? We got about 4 more minutes here on this phone call. We got Bama women basketball. We got a lot of stuff. Not much in recruiting right now. Y'all know it's a dead. This is kind of like the quietest time right before your signing day. This is usually your quietest time of recruiting to like the week right before National Signing Day, and then we'll start seeing some buzz. So, what else you got on your mind, Zach? Before we get off this phone line?
Yes. Going back to the men's game Wednesday night, South Carolina was able to, the men and women, they like to play fast, get in transition, and run up and down the court. What South Carolina was able to do, they was able to, in key moments, slow us down. Their defense was able to slow us down and make us look for the open shot and take more time off the clock than what we were typically used to in a game. And it overall, as a whole, it affected everything around that because you get more tired, you have to use more energy,
Mm-hmm.
and then on top of that, the starters like Mark Sears, Phylon, Amori, and all of them wasn't listening to, especially in the second half, to what Coach Nate Oates was telling them.
You saw him get
do.
sloppy. That happens in games like that, and that's what I laugh at because everybody gets mad when it happens in football, but it happens in every sport, man. It's like maturing through the game. You don't expect a 6-year-old to stay home by itself for 3 days and not mess something up, right? Like you don't even fathom leaving a 6-year-old at home. 6-year-old, a responsible adult doesn't leave a 6-year-old child at home by themselves.
No.
Right? So you can't. That's what I say about even Bama basketball. You can't expect things to be fully clicking. Like there's going to be runs in the season, in the games where everything looks good, but you got to expect some type of adversity because if you're not growing, you don't experience any hardship. You don't experience any tough type times in sports. So this Bama basketball team, I don't believe there's going to be many teams that can rock with our man's team. There's a lot, and this team they didn't have the best game the other night as far as in the second half, as far as shooting, percentage. Right. But I didn't see a lot of bad shots either. Just a lot of sloppy play. Just I don't know, man. This is a different year. This is a different year for Bama basketball. We saw it happening last year with a team that wasn't necessarily what Nate Oates is used to putting on the floor. You had Grant Nelson playing out of position a lot last year. But you brought in some solid bodies, some solid big bodies. You got some freshman guys that's not scared. A transfer in Aiden Holloway, who's I think he's really bought in. And accepting the fact that he can't be the primary scorer. He won't be. Wait till tournament time, then you step up. But right now, just keep honing that game, man. Keep meshing with the new system. Buy in more on defense, Aiden. That's what I do want to see. Buy in more on the perimeter defense. And we could see that young man. He won't need another year on this belt at the collegiate level.
No. And see, Mark Sears also, they had 25 scouts at the game the other night. So yes, he did have 22 points, but he wasn't trying to score all those points. He was trying to show off all of his assets and all of his abilities for the scouts so he could get drafted because he's small compared to a lot of point guards in the league. He's small.
Right.
And so he has to work harder than those guys to get a spot,
Facts, Zach. Well, Zach, as always, man, appreciate you for calling in, bro. Final thought, man. Going forward with this Alabama team, man, with everything that's happening around Alabama sports, the ladies, you see, man, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't think they want to talk about it. That was a tough game last night. The shooting was just bad, man. It was a bad shooting night. Texas defensive pressure was there. And they were just in a different zone last night. They were in a different zone. But and then of course, like I see y'all in the chat talking about Sarah Ashley. If you go watch your boys' content, you'll know that Sarah Ashley got hurt against Florida, man. And it wasn't a high ankle sprain. It was a little bit more severe than a sprain. I think it was like a grade 2, grade 1 sprain. So that's rough. That's like 6 to 8 weeks. We might get Ashley back right when the tournament time is kicking, and that's going to be helpful. We should be getting Jessica Timmons back too. You know, she tore her ACL last year. I want to say, was that SEC tournament going into the into bracket play? March Madness. I think she tore her ACL in the SEC tournament. So having her back around the same time, her and Ashley coming back, that's unfinished business. I think they come in, they play viable minutes the first couple of rounds, and if we make it past those first couple of rounds, watch out, NCAA women's ball. We got a Bama women's team that's going to be making a serious push to that Final Four.
Right, and I agree. But yeah, Roll Tide, my AAA family, Roll Tide, Coach Smook, love you guys, and I'll holler at y'all later.
For sure, Zach. Thank you for calling in, man. And Roll Tide, my boy. Yes, sir. Coach Smook live with the call-in show, man. Y'all call and share your thoughts, man. Call and share your thoughts. We handling the business over here. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. We at 84 likes. We need 5 more. We need 6 more likes to get to 90. Can we get 6 more likes on the stream? We got 75 in the YouTube channel, right? 75 live right now. Got another phone call on the line. Let's see who it is. Looks like a familiar number. I ain't seen this number in a while. Let's see who it is.
Call from
Rico. Put me in the game, Coach.
Yo, Rico, you in the game. Talk to me, my guy.
What's going on? How you doing?
Man, I'm good, man. How about yourself, brother?
Man, I'm much better than I was last in December.
I know that's right.
Much better.
I know that's right. You sound better. This sound like Rico, man. Glad to hear you. Glad to hear your voice on this phone, bro. What you got to talk to me about today, man?
Man, I I've been keeping an eye on the Brian Grubb situation because I've been keeping it locked on the Coach Smook network. Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
And I've been watching Josh Pate and Bama tailgate and all that stuff. So yeah, I've been keeping an eye on what's going on, and I can tell you this: if he does indeed come, I am seeing the situation where Key Russ will be the starting quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah,
because he's been compared to he's been called a Michael Penix type player, and so I would see a scenario if Ryan Grubb does indeed come that Key Russ would be the starting quarterback next year, and we'll see how that goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just excited, man. I'm excited with the football program, and the moves they're making in the off season and everything. I'm
100%, man. 100%. Like even with the early enrollee guys coming in, man, there's a different type of energy. I love the portal moves we've made. I seen y'all guys talking about getting another right tackle. I'm telling you right now, the tackles that we have, Wilkin Formby is going to be just fine next season. Wilkin Formby is going to be just fine. Losing Elijah Pritchett was a big one, but I think Wilkin Formby, when he came back in the second half of the season after being benched, Pritchett played a good stretch of ball. But I think Wilkin Formby will be just fine. And I think it was more so just that whole first year starter vibe. This is a well-spoken young man and a hard worker, technically sound. But there are some young guys that this staff is not going to be scared to throw out there. That's why you guys keep talking about. Y'all saw what happened on the defensive side. We started 4 true freshmen on the defensive side of the ball. Week 1. Four true freshmen were starting. And you had, I think, 7, 8 on the team play 40 plus snaps in the first week. That's not what you do normally with true freshmen, guys. Not that many at that. Come on, guys. So this staff, they're not going to be holding no hands and trying to wait for somebody to develop if there's a young guy ready. So I like having the extensive skill set of Michael DuBose. I like having the skill set of a Michael Carroll. You know what I'm saying? I like having Jackson Lloyd. Big body guys. Jackson Lloyd might need to put on 10 pounds. That's easy. He could play tackle at 295 if you ask me with his skill set. You get him out there and mess around, and he can push guys like Formby, who we've seen, Olis Alani, who we've seen, guys that can really get out there and move the other side of the ball, can really reset the line of scrimmage offensively as offensive linemen. I think we're going to see a lot of that next season with mix and match. Not even next season, in the spring. We're going to see a lot of mix and match with the spring ball. Then fall comeback, we're going to see a lot of mix and match going into that week 1. Rico, your thoughts on having? I've had this thought of having Caden Proctor, and with Jaden Roberts coming back, I truly believe Jaden Roberts will get moved out to right tackle next year. I truly believe that. I think Jaden Roberts comes back with the opportunity to create some stock as a right tackle. He's more of a tackle than he is a guard. He's way too athletic. He's more natural at 295, 300, right? Instead of that 320. You know, he's more natural movement wise at that 295. And you put him out in space to really just maul guys. All that strength, that athleticism, his size. You put a Jaden Roberts at your right tackle, you can basically bring a solid Caden Proctor back to left tackle and suffice with all the guards you have available in that room. Gino Vandermark, not Parker Bressford, but Gino Vandermark, Rock Montgomery coming back, Casey Poe. You got some young guys. You got some young guys in that room. Like, you can do a lot. So what's your thoughts on this offensive line rotation next year?
Because I was glad you brought up Caden Proctor, because I was going to talk about him. I'm making a prediction that he loses another 10 to 20 pounds, and he's going to end up being more quick on his feet. I believe he's going to work on that in the off season. I know there was talk about moving him to left guard, but I think he likes the left tackle position, and I think he'll do what it takes to get better at it. I think he has that type of work ethic. And so that's the prediction I'm making. He loses another 10 to 20 pounds and get lighter on his feet. And he's going to be a much improved. He might win a much improved award.
Oh yeah, I can see that, and not just because I don't think Proctor had a horrible year this season, bro. I really don't. The offense at times, they just didn't mesh against certain fronts, but you know what I did see? The two bad games he did have, there was a different mentality behind trying to rebound. It's some games he just got outmatched.
Yeah.
Same thing with Pritchett. Yeah. Same thing. It happened with all of our Tyler Booker. It happened to Tyler. It happened. I want to say against Tennessee. Tyler Booker was getting his tail whooped for about 3 quarters, and then the 4th quarter, when we had a chance to come back, he started showing up. But you go look at that game again. Tyler Booker was getting whooped. Oklahoma game. Where was our offensive line? Gino Vandermark came in that game and looked like he was the leader.
But I will say this. Part of it was back on Jalen Milroe.
100%.
Man, get the ball out your hands.
Come on, man.
Get the ball out your hands.
It's so many times, and I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Jalen Milroe made the decision to go, because I have strong sources that say Isaiah Horton's decision, the wide receiver from Miami, was based on Jalen Milroe, whether he was going to come back or not. Casey Concepcion didn't even look. Once it was still up in the air that Milroe might come back, and that's not a good place to be in. But when you look at when you watch a offensive minded coach go to 3 or 4 stops before he comes to the University of Alabama, and you watch his offense push out crazy talent that nobody was talking about. You could just imagine what he could do with guys that he that don't necessarily need the technical developments. They just need to be put in the right position. And that's what we're going to see next year with the University of Alabama Crimson Tide. Rico, final thoughts on this phone call, man.
Man, and I appreciate you, you know, talking about basketball, because I really haven't been able to keep up with it, and you the only source that I got to be able to keep up with it for real. And so I appreciate you
for sure, man.
Doing both the women and the
man. I'm gonna tell you right now.
basketball.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Coach Smook is a little biased, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I am very biased right now when it comes to Alabama basketball, and I am more entertained and I'm more engaged on the women's level because they just play with a different passion. Coach Curry also, she's way more approachable when it comes to, you know, wanting to get information about the team, not necessarily information, but just have coverage over the team, you know, and they have their staff, they're working things. We're working so that the network can have, you know, be credentialed, I guess. I really don't want to be credentialed because I feel like you're limited when you're credentialed. I don't get to build those relationships with these players when you have the credentials. You're so limited, man. And I'd rather these players know that I care more about how they truly feel and what they think, and providing a space for them to communicate that to the fan base on a level where you're not dogging the university or having, you know, outing bad news or anything like that, or bad locker room drama, but having a space to be able to talk about these things and express to the fan base, like, hey, this is how we truly feel. This is where our direction is. This is what we want to provide for you all. Thanks for y'all support. That's all we're trying to do on Coach Smook Network. So everybody that's hating, stop. We're not gonna name chase for nobody. I promise you. If anything, I'm going to finally reply back to. I ain't gonna say the name because then they gonna think I'm hating. I'm gonna finally reply back to him though. I didn't care to have that person on my channel because it was a clout move to me, and it to a lot of people. I guarantee you, I could send this inbox message to a few channels right now that call themselves competing, and they would, be blowing this person up. Hey, you want to get on right now? You want to? They'll leave their job. These people work 9 to 5s and have channels. They'll leave their job right now to try to get that interview just for clout. But there's no real information coming behind it. There's nothing informative coming behind it. It's just clout chasing. So I don't want to be that. I want to keep providing the solid inside reports and everything. And that's why I want to continue to build these relationships. So being credentialed, you know, as we continue to grow the network, I will have people on the network that will be credentialed. They will provide y'all that insight, but I'm going to always want to keep this consultant networking relationship, family networking relationship always open, because that's what matters to me. I gamble on that.
And see, now all I need is a good source, a good station that covers the women's gymnastics, and I'm gonna be good.
Hey, look. Hey, don't let me get in the gym. Don't let me get to one of them gymnastics matches, bro. I swear. They're going to be like, this guy gots to be at the wrong event. Why does he have a bullhorn? Why does he have a number 1 foam thumb? You know, the little finger, the number 1 foam thumb thing? I'm going to get one of them. Yeah. I'm going to be that. I'm going to be that. I'm going to be that dude, bro. I just love I wear something Alabama every day, bro. It's in me. Yeah. It's in me. Everything Bama is in me, bro. It's through it. I'm Bama through and through. Now, with the brand and everything, we're expanding, but when it comes to Bama, I could give two about what anybody got to say. I'm gonna have my opinion, and I'm gonna have some stats, some facts and stats behind it. So I appreciate y'all for supporting that, Rico. For real, I appreciate you for calling in and giving your input, and contributing to what this network is becoming, man.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. I like hearing you, and I like calling in and giving my little takes or whatever.
Right.
You know, just adding value. To the
because that's all it is.
In any way I can, you know.
That's all it is, man. Adding value. The more voices I can get on this network to really share their thoughts and realistic approach and opinions to things, it could definitely be some quality content being created. But Rico, I'm gonna let you go, man, so we can get ready to close this show out, bro.
All right, roll tide.
Yes, sir. My guy Rico checking in on the Coach Smook Network. Chat, Rico, I appreciate you, man, and roll tide, my boy. Listen, chat, I cannot go over an hour and a half. You want me to tell you why? Because we are actually doing good. We're actually doing good. We came into today's show with no schedule, no real flow, and I think we did good. I think we did a great job today. So in closing, man, I see y'all asking questions about. Let me see. Did a member ask about it? Ty Haywood. Y'all want Ty Haywood on here before signing day? Y'all want Ty Haywood on before signing day? I'll produce a goal. I'm gonna get a goal out there, and I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out and see if we can get them. This is a tricky time to try to get recruits on and talk about their recruiting, especially when they've closed off a lot of your big 247 guys and all that. They're just kind of limited in them. It's a lot of generic responses because they want to build up to signing day. I don't even want to know where he's signing. I just want to know. I want to check on him. He went ghost on me probably like 2 months ago. Not ghost on me. I think he just went ghost on a lot of stuff. I ain't seen his social media popping like it was beforehand. It's a lot of things surrounding his recruitment that I think he has to consider. That's more than Bama. And a lot of you fans might be mad about that. I'm proud of him. I love when players, they really look at the situation, regardless of me being a fan, Bama through and through. I'm not going to be that fan that dogs a player for not picking Bama or committing to Bama early and then another opportunity arises and that's the best opportunity for him and his family. I'm not going to be that guy. It ain't always if they ain't Crimson. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always that. Sometimes it is, hey, Crimson can't get me to where I need to be. So I need to go and do. So I know Michigan is making a strong push for Ty Haywood, but you also got Oklahoma is going to continue. They're going to continue to be at his neck. Him being right there in Denton, Texas is not crazy for Oklahoma to be at him. And a lot of Oklahoma people, I think they believe they're kind of bowing out of the race, but that's a tactic. That's a tactic. You look at that offensive line, Ty Haywood can go and be a contend for a starting position year one at Oklahoma. So, oh man, as long as the player isn't money hungry this early in life, I won't hold it against them. But what if he is money hungry? What if there are some players that can literally get $150K and go out there and still be a productive athlete, regardless of if they're wearing crimson or not? Like, what's wrong with that? Like, let the old mindset go. College football is no longer going to be, hey, you're trapped with us for 3 years until somebody puts some rules and regulations in place. You're trapped with us for at least 3 years. Suck it up. Thank you for joining. That's basically what college football was. Yes, the commitment factor is huge. We love it, right? You love the commitment factor. You love people that are Bama through and through like you. You don't have 1,000 kids like that are going to be able to win you national championships. That's the point of recruiting. Creating value for your program, selling the value of your program, and then seeing how those people that commit to that, how they develop in that. Like, there's no real way to there's no real way to put a trajectory around it, a realistic trajectory around guys committing and staying committed and how they develop, right? There's no real concrete way to do it. So enjoy the game. If y'all keep talking about if they ain't wearing crimson, y'all gonna keep getting by the portal. Y'all gonna get by the by NIL because y'all keep saying if they ain't wearing crimson and y'all ain't contributing nothing. So y'all, that's what they saying. Y'all ain't putting no money in their pocket, so y'all, right? I'm just saying, no Diddy. What you mean, no Diddy? I'm over that no Diddy stuff. Y'all can have it. That's 2024. I'm past it. Not only because it was 2024, but there's a snake that used to come in here, and that was his thing. Like I'm past it. I don't even want that snake to be acknowledged. I don't even want the memories of that snake typing that crap in my chat. No more. So, Coach Smook Network, can we move past the pause no Diddy face? I'm over it. I'm sorry. Look, inspirational moment. Detach from all those things that were not bringing you positive results in your life. Detach from them today. There's too much happening in life right now for people. There are so many things that God is setting up for you. And I know y'all like, man, he was just coaching. Yeah, he was just coaching and cussing. Yeah, that's what we do. Authenticity. That don't mean I don't love the Lord. You got things that's happening for you right now in your life that are being held up or ready to drop. But you still got some unnecessary things attached to you, some unnecessary thoughts, processes of thinking, that are attached to you, and they're gonna keep holding them up. Let them go. Choose a day to let them go. I let mine go Christmas Eve. That's why y'all see the energy y'all see. Like, I believe that right now, where God has me and my team, we're unstoppable. We're unstoppable. You ain't got, Dad, that's the thing. You ain't got to let me live. I look at that junk and just keep on scrolling by. I just wanted to give y'all the opportunity to get past that old fad. It was kind of like when we was on the Bama Standard, and y'all remember we used to make them OnlyFans names at the end of the show. And like after like the 5th week of doing that, it got like, that's what pause is getting to me. Like that's what pause and No Diddy is getting. Especially when you really go look at the research and see why they really trying to take Diddy down. But that's not even for this channel. We'll talk about it later on another platform, y'all. But thank y'all for tuning in today here on the Coach Smook Network. I love y'all. I'm glad we was able to reach our 100 like goal. This is our 3-minute wind down to close down the show. So let's get the horn popped off for that 100 likes on the stream, man. We had a peak viewership of 172. Whoa, let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go. And thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to tap in and check out the merch, y'all. The merch lineup is still up. We launching a gray letter lineup on the 21st. Same day we're going to launch our gaming content, our gaming community. We got a series going to start after the 21st. Then early signing day. I mean, not early signing day. We won't be live the whole time like we were last time. We'll just be on standby for live breaking signings. Like I said, if we want to get Ty Haywood on, we got to hit a goal. I'm going to find a goal. I'm going to get with my mods. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to get with y'all. I want my mods in the Discord to get together and come up with a community goal that we need to reach in order to get Ty Haywood on. And we got to find a way to project that across all of our platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Need our moderators to tap in, all right, and make it happen so we can get Ty Haywood on. And all it takes is a little support. It don't take no money or nothing. It take a little support, a little action on your socials, and we can get it because the players love coming over here and kicking it with us. It's the other people that try to act like they don't. So if y'all want to keep getting that content over here, if y'all want to keep seeing the team grow and seeing more faces, interview other players, because that's what I want to do. I don't want to be here for the next 3 years doing this. I'll tap in with y'all, but I want to set this up so people who are going to do this for the next 15 years, they have a solid platform and a solid structure to do it under. And they don't ever have to worry about the manager. They never have to worry about Phil Jackson trying to be Michael Jordan. I consider myself Phil. Right. I'm trying to become Phil. You know what I'm saying? I want to be Phil Jackson in this game. Right now, they calling me the Mamba. Obi. We can't be stopped, baby. And if y'all rocking with your boy, continue to rock with your AAA family. If you're not a member of the, if you're a member of the AAA family, I want to thank you. If you're not a member, click on the link, the AAA link in the chat, and think about becoming a member, joining and supporting the network. It's only $2.99, $324 with taxes, right? That $324 with taxes. It'll get you in the club, get you in there and supporting the network. Once again, thank y'all for being here. I'm your boy, Coach Smook. And whenever you see me in the streets, holler at me and say, put me in the game, coach. I'll catch y'all on the next one. I love you all. Hey, stay warm out here, y'all. Stay warm. It is no reason to be cold out here. Get you some bundles and bundle up. Stay warm because this weather is not playing. This Arctic storm is not playing. It is kicking. It is biting. And I pray y'all have a safe day. I love y'all. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Roll Tide. And I'm out.
How many times must I say that for you to understand? Yeah.
Put me in a game, Coach Smook. 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 Put me in a game, Coach Smook.